Hello and welcome to today's reading for your twin flame journey, for the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and for your current union energy, in the middle cards. And we are starting off the week strong. I feel that energy, like we've entered Virgo season, and there's more. I think that can help propel you forward because there's more clarity around like the order in which things can get done right now, and that can feel really grounding and really good, and some relief maybe around some things that you have been putting off, if that's you, that are more like related to taking care of business. So it's a good time for that. And that can also speak to your spiritual work too, and it can also be a really good time to claim deeper support on your journey. And so I do encourage you to check out the links below if you haven't yet, or if you have in the past but you haven't been ready or something. It's a really wonderful thing to always take that next step and to receive support. And that is why I offer coaching, and my Ascension coaching is based off of the work of Jeff and Shalia, including the mirror exercise. And it's a really super powerful tool. It's also very simple, but we all need someone to help us along our journey. All coaches, the best coaches generally get coached, including myself. And so whether or not you're a coach, in your line of work, what I'm saying is, for you to succeed, you want to claim deeper support. That's not a sign of weakness, but of strength. So I wasn't expecting to deliver that message to you in the beginning of this reading, but since I did, let's go deeper with it and see what this card reading reveals about claiming more support for yourself at this time, and all of that. So we'll start with the Divine Masculine, and I have two decks today. I have the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue, which I just love this deck so much. And then I have the Eternal Crystals Oracle cards for you, and I have one card for the current union energy to really bring it together, ground it. Crystals are pretty grounding, they're rocks. So let's start with the Divine Masculine's card, and his card is that noise, right? 5 of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation. Crying over spilled milk. So initially this card looks a little bit like a bummer or something. But it's actually a really positive card. It's a reminder that whatever it is you might be, pouting about, or even freaking out about, or whatever thing you're over thinking that didn't work out, or you shoulda, woulda, coulda done this, it's spilled milk. It doesn't even freaking matter. It's it's water under the bridge. Don't worry about it. Your lesson is clearly being learned. You don't need to do something extra to let God know that you are sorry, or that, just that you learned your lesson. All you really need to do here is humble yourself and continue to humble yourself. And being humble doesn't mean, not being super confident, super radiant, super yourself, as the Divine Masculine. And it just means you're just being completely in touch with the truth, basically, and you're letting ego go. You're not holding on to it in your consciousness when it is pointed out to you. And that's what, learning from mistakes is all about too. So, and the Divine Feminine can really hold space for this and just get that signal. And so the question kind of asked at the beginning of this reading, or the theme, was around support. So you can see how this is probably pointing you as the Divine Masculine to claim more support in some way. And it's also safe to claim that from your twin flame if that's appropriate. And, to be able to trust each other more and to think and know and feel that you are worthy of your twin flame's love and support, because the divine feminine does desire to support her divine masculine and vice versa. So you have to claim that though. And sometimes claiming that means, directly talking and whatever, even asking for support from your twin flame. And if they say no, then there's something to mirror there, and maybe it's, your support need, your twin flame's not your source, right? But it's safe to really again, keep claiming your support. And it might also be too that you do want to start coaching, you want to go deeper on your twin flame journey and clear those blocks. If stuff's not working, just know that there is a way forward, and that's the power of this work that I do and I share and teach and learn from. It's all one cycle. So you don't need to stay stuck in the mud with anything. There is everything that you need right in front of you. So this card to me is just about claiming that next level of support once you feel like you've kind of cleared this upset here within yourself. So just choose to release control as the divine masculine around whatever it is that didn't seem to work out, or that feeling that this card evokes for you. The divine feminine's card is very similar. And it's 8, and we have 5 here. So we have an even and an odd number. And 5, by the way, is an indicator of change and creativity. And water is very much about emotions. So it's also an indicator of change and taking that next level. And so 8 of water is a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So this is kind of the more positive side, and you can see how the one consciousness of your twin flame union is operating together here. And so this is a signal from the universe for the divine feminine that you're ready for that next level. And this card kind of says it all. The energy, the way that it looks is always so perfect to me. When I see it, I'm like, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready to move on to the next level of my career, or, I've learned the lesson here. I'm ready for the next thing. And it's often, in a new direction too. So it also indicates everything that's behind you is used up. It's done with, it's dead, it's over. And it's safe. It's safe to let that go and let that next level in. You don't want to go backwards, right? And sometimes it can be tempting to think that that's the good thing to do, is to stay where you're at, but it feels bad. It feels stagnant. And so even if there's nothing outwardly shifting in your reality yet, it's safe to just choose to move towards this feeling and to acknowledge that you're leaving something behind, but it's something that you're just vibing out of. There's nothing necessarily wrong with the thing that you're moving on from. But yeah, it's just your time to move on from it. And, if you're questioning but how will this thing be taken care of? It could be it could be again, changing your some direction in your life purpose, for instance. Or let's say you were watering a garden, volunteering and watering a garden, and you realize that it's just not you're done with it, everything there is done, and you wonder how it's going to be taken care of. And it's safe to prepare that transition. You don't need to just okay, peace out, hope this works out. If there's some steps you need to take, or that you can take, or you feel called to kind of complete something and move on from it, definitely do that. And it could just be inner work too, oh, I acknowledge that I've really fully, learned my lessons from something that I've been holding on to for a long time. And I'm really ready to release this on an even deeper level. And so this can just very purely speak to the inner too. And so just look at what it's pointing you to do. And if there are any action steps to be taken, let them be revealed to you. Because sometimes you think it's just the inner work, and then you realize, oh, I really need to actually get rid of this thing. That's gonna help. And you'd be surprised, like, just doing these things that you're guided to do is really like creating a lot more space in your energy field, in your reality, for newness, for expansion. So it's just safe to trust those next steps, whether they seem bigger or smaller, and take them at the pace that's appropriate for you. So yeah, that speaks to also claiming your support in that way. Like, it's like spiritual and emotional growth. Well, with that comes, desiring the next level of what it is that you want to soak up, that you want to support you and you want to learn. And so that's where claiming your support comes in to play. And it's just safe to do that. So, middle card. The Sun, Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. So your union is really reaching a new level of success, and you can see how claiming your support is really going to help this happen. It is for you too. So a part of this is, on some level, just having even a little bit of faith that, you're meant to have it all too, and taking steps in that direction. Because sometimes you make excuses like, oh, I can't get coaching right now, I don't have the money. Well, but then, if you're gonna go spend money on like a new pair of shoes you don't need or something like that, and you might be, psyching yourself out, like, oh, but I can't afford this, because actually, if I really look at it underneath, I'm like afraid, or I have a receiving block to actually moving forward in my union. And this can even be true, if you're already in harmonious union or something. You have to keep always moving forward and claiming your support until you're in perfect union, essentially. That's always gonna be true, and there's always gonna be more there, but that's a really good thing. So it's safe to receive this card as yay, there's something here that feels really good. But also with this, you want to take it and you want to run, right? Not run away, not runner chaser, right? But you want to run with the energy, so to speak. You want to expand that. And so you want to utilize this newfound confidence and, grow that. And so also something about claiming your support is growing abundance. And so the more that you claim and invest in yourself, actually, the more your abundance tends to grow. And even if it doesn't right away, or it looks the opposite, it's usually because something very deep is being uprooted from your entire consciousness and reality that's out of alignment. And so it actually is calling in deeper abundance when you just keep choosing that. But you do have to go through a process. And that looks just different for everyone, but God always has your back here. So it's nothing it's nothing to worry about. It's just you just keep moving towards your dreams and desires and claim your support, and that's really it. And so, yeah, again, that's how you're going to be successful, and that's how you're going to have new levels of a happy outcome. And it's safe to receive whatever happy outcome is coming to you at this time, and also not just settle for that, though. Just recognize, oh yeah, I desire even more in this area. And that's okay. But there's this same thing with being peaceful with where you're at the same time. Just finding your relationship with God within is finding peace within. And with God, you're able to achieve even greater things. And so that's like, how you move forward. And the last card is Ruby, Passion, Root and Sacral Chakras. Wow, I couldn't have picked a better card myself to end this reading with. It just feels so appropriate. And this card always really indicates me a shift in life, purpose too, like, because that is very much about like your roots and your creativity and what you're passionate about. And so it's not just your twin flame union, but it's really the place within where these things meet as one thing at your core. And so there's some kind of shift here taking place that feels really juicy. I mean, this card looks like, I don't know, like a pomegranate or something almost. It just like has that feeling to it. So yeah, it's just safe to tap into that energy and know that true passion is always on a foundation of peace, not on a foundation of excitement or burning rage. Obviously, hopefully, but like just to differentiate there. Yeah, like passion is truly peaceful, but there's movement to it. There can be like, a more like a warm feeling, like, this is talking about the root and sacral chakras, and think about the color of those chakras. They're the most, they're the hottest in color of all of the chakras. So it's like red and orange, right? These are the colors. So you can just think about that and what that signals to you there in that place. And yeah, well, my grandmother also used to say, like, you only have half a brain until you're 35, and this is number 35. So it to me, like, just receiving that little bit right there, it just signals something to me too, where you're able to put the pieces together in a new way that you weren't able to before, and you are like reaching a new level of maturity just in tapping into your passion and claiming it. People oftentimes, like, they do portray and give off that like level of maturity, professionalism, of success when they've tapped into their passion and they're able to convey that to you. And that's you, that's for you too. And even if you're already doing that, like, you can continue to go deeper here. And so it's important to share your passion with others in one way or another too. And that is why I like doing these card readings for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one and have a wonderful rest of your week. Again, check out those links below and like, share, subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.